Okay, last part, I swear. Okay, so now where are we left? We left off at where New York radio is nothing right now. We have a classic rock station, we have a oldie station, we have now an alternative rock station, and everything else is between the other stations that had the talk. 92.3 became, I don't know, something. It's like they just plays a lot of top 40, I guess, would be considered pop hits, and then 102.7 became Fresh FM, which I can't believe they're making more. They're getting more. Well, I guess they don't have to pay for anybody to do any like serious DJing or anything, so they don't have to pay any high salaries of an Opie and Anthony would need or some other talk show. But whatever the case is, and everybody's on XM and Sirius. Everybody from the radio almost came there. I mean, anybody that Howard Stern fought against, like what was it? I can't remember the people. Like one of them, he has on his show. He used to complain about all the time. Now he has him on his station. Opie and Anthony has Ron and Fez, so that makes it good. They have their own people do a lot of other little shows. All the other DJs out there that needed some a better thing have come to XM on different stations, and there's a lot of talk shows on there. And I listen to a lot of the different talk shows when I'm really out there. Opie and Anthony is always first. It's the one I enjoy the most. But just to recap everything, I think that I personally think that if Howard Stern wasn't so insecure about everything, and he didn't fight Opie and Anthony and actually let them be on a different time, they could have been a powerhouse together, and they could have brought in more ratings. Because anybody who was listening to Howard Stern on 92.3, if Howard Stern let Opie and Anthony make some money for his company, the company they all work for, so they're all just messing out their own companies, then maybe if Howard were to let his listeners listen to Opie and Anthony, well, one, they probably would stop listening to Howard Stern because they'd be bored. But the fact is, they never went against each other. It took Howard Stern to get off the air and went to satellite for Opie and Anthony to be on the mornings on regular terrestrial radio. But if they would have helped each other out, they probably would be still on regular radio today, which is always better than being on a station where you have to pay for it. Even though XM is great, and I think everybody should get it, but you know that not everybody's going to get it. So, and then the other channels would have helped too. If Opie and Anthony didn't fight with the other shows they had, maybe that show would have been great. Maybe everything would have worked if they all just worked together. I don't know. It seems like everybody's fighting against each other. And at the end of the day, nobody's here. We got nothing. I have to buy XM in order to hear Opie and Anthony, in order to enjoy a morning show. I mean, all we have left is the zoo around here. This is New York radio. This is one of the biggest radios markets in the country, and we have nothing. We have nothing. Everything is on XM that we want to hear. I mean, if you want to hear some classic rock, the same old Pink Floyd songs 5,000 times, hey, we could listen to that. And the alternative rock station is good. They play a lot of good music, but they play old music, but then they don't play some bands. I don't get what they play. And there's a lot of good music on, a lot of more newer stuff, which is fine, but they'll play some old stuff, but they'll play like the same old Pink Floyd stuff they play on the classic rock stations. What the hell are they doing? But it's just, I mean, I like music, but I like to hear talk. I want people to talk. I'm a talker now. This is why I put this stupid little thing up on, I'm going to be putting it up, this is why it's on YouTube. And, because I'm eventually writing a book of my different philosophies, and this will be in there, written differently because I wrote it another time, and I talked into a mic. That's the stuff for my book and everything. But anyway, I hope people listening, if you're listening to Howard Stern, great. If you listen to Opie and Anthony, great. Listen to both. They're both funny. They're both, I mean, Howard Stern's still funny. I mean, I still can enjoy watching, I can still enjoy watching, Private Parts has been on TV, and it's kind of fun watching him struggle in the beginning and stuff. And I still have the original, I think it's I forget, either one of their shows, I think the show that he did, the Miss America contest or something, I think I still have it in boxed in with the poster, everything, like I never opened it. And I still have that. Even I lost everything in a fire, I still have that. And, it's fun to watch these people and listen to them. And hopefully, it's nice to see that they're doing well. And hopefully that people out there will start listening and don't lose out on that. Because I would hate to see XM and Sirius not work out and go away. Because then I have nothing left. And there's nothing on radio. And people don't want to, you can't do a talk show on radio anymore. It's out of hand. Now, maybe if they all would have stayed and fought, maybe they would be a lot better, and maybe things would have happened. But no one stuck together, and they're still fighting. They still animosity between the two shows, and it's stupid because they were two different shows, and Howard Stern didn't create everything. I'm sorry, you didn't. You were great though. You still deserve everything you deserve because you were the first. You were the king of media. Although it's a funny thing that Imus, who has been here in New York before any of you guys, is still here too. And that's kind of funny. And it shows it's almost unlistenable sometimes. And I know Opie and Anthony likes Imus. I don't really have anything against him personally, but I mean, he's still here. He's not on NBC anymore. NBC went to sports thing and he wound up on that show, and he's still there. It's amazing that he's still around. He shows that if you just he wasn't part of the fights. I mean, Howard Stern used to make fun of him all the time in the beginning, but at the end of the day, and he might have destroyed him on NBC. It's true, he did. And then he destroyed a lot of other shows, morning shows, along the way. And Howard Stern was funny, and he deserves all the credit involved. But he didn't see the big picture when the shows started to take hand. And Opie and Anthony was perfect, and they probably would have accepted him totally because they liked Howard Stern. They listened to Howard Stern probably as much as I did before they got into the radio business. I know Anthony wasn't in the radio business that long, but now he is because he's been on a great show because they have fun. See, one thing about the two shows is that, Howard Stern's the kind of guy you just want to listen to and be a fly on the wall. And Opie and Anthony's the type of show you want to be there and hanging out with the rest of them, but of course you can't because you're just a stupid listener, and unless you're a girl with big tits, you're not going to really see much. And although I've been to the Opie and Anthony show a couple of times, I've seen them live. I've been to a couple of their things, just like I was at Don and Mike's things, and I was in the Radio Chick show, and I've been enjoying talk radio for a long time, and it's unfortunate that I have to pay for it to get anything good. But what are you gonna do? It is what it is, as I say. And well, I hope that you enjoyed my little thing over the couple of times. I just wanted to make a couple of things, not too long. You're probably bored. Who knows? No one will watch it probably, more likely, because there's so much crap on YouTube as it is now. Why would this start with my stuff? And hopefully the pictures, it wasn't just my face the whole entire time, might have helped. Okay, and my name is Mike. I'm under Mr. Mike Nomad, and hopefully my book will come out eventually if I ever get somebody to read it and want to publish it. And that's going to be an interesting book, because funny enough, I am an interesting guy, even though you might not know by these couple of 6-part set of the New York radio war. Goodbye. Be good.